Hi, I'm Joshua Hayward, dynamicmindcreativeheart.com. You can check us out on our Facebook business page entitled the same. Um, and welcome to Straight from the Source, which is our video blog. And I'm beginning the first of a trilogy of videos right now with this piece, and I want to call it the Rebirth America trilogy. And there will be subsequent, hopefully some subsequent videos that will be some actual meditations that we can proceed with. But that's getting before the horse. Let's get back to the beginning. America as we know it as dying. And it could be dying in terms of literal death, but we could actually be moving into some sort of rebirth. I know that there will be aftermath. But I've been looking for quite some time at the transits of May 2014 to the United States chart, with just a little preliminary mention. Pluto exactly opposite the United States Sun, Uranus squaring the Sun, several other things happening at that time, presaging a huge, collapse and then the opportunity to rebuild. I think we want to look at it in a positive way, but we also have to take into consideration the fact is that our way of life, and it's a diverse sort of life, but our government, our homeland, our societies, our religions, our social structures are undergoing a literal death as well as a metaphorical death. And and from my perspective, we're needing to embrace being on the earth and understanding the implications of that, not from necessarily an anthropocentric point of view, but from an organic whole perspective, that we're part of this earth, and we have not embraced actually being on the earth. And the United States arguably has led to amazingly destructive patterns on just across the board on all levels. And so it's not only for other people's sake, but it's for our own sake that our way of life needs to end, and it needs to change into something else. And Pluto being the planet of death and evolution, and Uranus being the power planet of change and moving to a new frequency. So we can see that we're dying. We can see that we need these things to happen. We need to, for instance, embrace a different sort of economic approach that's consistent with sustainability, like a green economy as an answer to our economic complete turmoil and failure. And so that type of transition needs to happen not only for our economic growth, but for our ecological growth. So all these things are going on, and I'm not going to pull any punches. It truly is a death, and it could be a complete death, but I'm not going to look at it from a negative perspective. I want to really say that we can do something about that. So I'm calling out. I'm calling out from here in my office in Yellow Springs, Ohio, and I want to greet our fellow people of Ohio for beginners and say that I'm calling for you to reach out to me and for us to reach out to others, to each other in this area, and create a venue for some inner work that can begin to change the frequency of our relationship with the earth. This is what needs to happen, in my opinion, and I think we're in dire need of it. And from that point of the local perspective, and I want to push that and move it out to other communities. There is such a thing as telephones. And no, your iPhone is not just an electric gadget to do stuff. It's actually, you can actually call people, and you don't really just have to text. You can actually call. Okay, so I'm just joking around, all you guys. But we can connect with each other on the internet. We can connect with each other on the phone. Uh, we can we can connect with each other just through vibrational sendings to each other. But and we also can come together physically into groups. And so what I'm calling for, locally and for globally, for people to come together and to do some meditative work that will begin to change our frequency with the planet. So when the transits come in May, and this is really an extension of the 2012 phenomenon of which I spoke so much about. I'm calling for all of us to work together, and I'd like to be a leader in that arena of inner work with the dynamic mind creative heart process is geared towards proactive, energetic, transformative, co-creative change. And so if we're working on individual and group levels, we can actually spread out and cut energetic pathways across the planet through humanity to actually move into something like, remember I presented a Mayan pyramid meditation, of which I got 260 something views. I'm sure that that was really helpful in changing our frequency, and we want to continue with that, and I believe we need to continue with that now. We've got a perfect opportunity coming up on the beginning of November, November 1st through 3rd, is an extremely dynamic and energy sensitive, very deeply like almost volcanic time for us to sort of erupt within ourselves and create some positive change that can spread. Okay, so, all right, this is Rebuild America. That's what I'm talking about. Let's raise our frequency, and we can start by really committing to some energetic change. Doing some inner work, okay? I'm going to end this video right now. I'm going to move into a second one that's going to talk more specifically about stuff and this kind of thing and what I see happening. And then the third video, I'm going to come out with some exact delineations of what we're looking for in the month of April. Did I say May earlier? I hope I said April. It's definitely April. Hopefully, if I did, forgive me. So let's close out this video. Let's move to the next one and begin to see if there's a call amongst us to work together, to work individually, to create the much desired and much needed change. Peace. Namaste and be well.